It's in good shape. Well, it's we had a great day yesterday, and we had, like I said, I think a significant advantage in personnel, and so this game is, the difference in personnel is not as great. The advantage is not as great, and so we have to be ready to play. We really need a good day of preparation here to get ready for Syracuse. So, what I see with them is a team that is able to create some turnovers in maybe a different way than we do. They full court press you, three-quarter court press you. They've got some half-court traps that we're going to have to deal with. And then the 2-3 zone, which we've had some success against, but it certainly hasn't been automatic this year. There have been times that we've struggled against the 2-3 zone. So when you think about us offensively, we really need to be sharp during our practice session today and see if we can transfer from yesterday was all man-to-man. Now tomorrow's pretty much all a zone look unless Syracuse changes something up. So trying to get the players to switch gears in their preparation is going to be important today. And then, offensively, they certainly have some explosive players that pose some problems for us. Have a big presence there with Leary in the middle, and she had a big day yesterday against Chattanooga, and we were impressed with her. Butler's a great shooter. I don't know what Sykes where her health is, but she is an unbelievable player, very, very high level and explosive, and just a really good group of players there that are talented and have won some big games this year, so we'll have to be ready for them.
Jennifer?
Do you prepare for them differently with Sykes and without Sykes? Do you have a different game plan?
Well, with this short period of time, we're just going to go ahead and prepare like she's going to play. I don't know at this point in time for our team if we make it totally about the opponent. We really we're going to try to have a good plan that we can execute whether she's playing or not. It may change it slightly. You may try to do some things in the game a little bit differently if she's not there. I mean, she's a huge part of their team, and she is a very explosive player. And so certainly their dynamic will change, but as far as our preparation, I think it's probably wisest for us to prepare as if she's going to play unless something comes out. They make some type of statement that, hey, she's definitely out, no way, no how she's playing. But I don't think we're going to get that word before practice, so we'll prepare for Brittany Sykes.
What's your takeaway from yesterday's game in terms of initiative that you all did better than you expected? You have your objectives, but what things did you look at and say, well, I didn't even see that one coming?
Well, I don't know if there was anything in the game yesterday that I didn't believe we were capable of. And it's, Gary, I was saying yesterday, I just tried to go into yesterday's game with the expectation that we needed to win, and as a coach, I needed to be there to encourage them to do whatever they needed to do to win. I didn't go in with we were going to win by 20 or we were going to win by 40 or anything like that. And so I sort of showed up yesterday in the mindset of let me try to do my part for the victory. Let me try to coach the best that I can, and let's see what happens. And so nothing that they did really surprised me, but I was extremely pleased and grateful to the players that they came out and executed the game plan. I think one thing that's helping us right now is that we have a pretty good level of focus. So then that allows someone like Asia Bishop and Jalea Sidney to come in, and you don't have that big drop-off from Denisha and Samari if they're focused and energetic. Now we can get back to running players at you in waves and trying to wear you down and trying to, make it a game of attrition, which, back in January we weren't focused and we weren't confident and we weren't able to throw a bunch of people at you because we just weren't playing that well. So I think the biggest takeaway for me yesterday is that if we can be in that mental place tomorrow, it can be really good for us, because I think, need this to be a fast-paced game. We need this to be a game where depth becomes a factor, and the only way you can make depth a factor is if your bench plays well. So, yesterday it was good to see everybody sort of in the same spot mentally, where you didn't have a huge swing when people came off the bench and replaced each other. So that was one of the really good things about yesterday. Well, I tried my best to get into a positive place, and so I worry about a whole lot of stuff, and then I try to stop myself from that, and I try to get to a spot where, I don't worry about it. So, what we'll focus on today is what we can control. We try to talk to the players all the time. You can't let good execution, on balance, good fundamental shot that doesn't go in, you can't let that affect you. And so we try not to focus a lot on or put a big number on, percentages. And I would think that the team would only have that kind of game if they showed up tomorrow thinking that for some reason, because we're in Memorial, it's automatically going to happen. And that would be the thing that I'll be, as a coach, trying to help them make certain that they're sharp and know that we've got to go out tomorrow night and play tomorrow night, and we have to win tomorrow night. Saturday really doesn't come into play, and we're not going to shoot 57% because we did on Saturday, and we didn't shoot 57% yesterday because we fooled around. We did some really good things. We went to the offensive glass. We got some putbacks, things like that. So I'll be trying to get the team to a spot to where they come out with great focus and trying to do the right things that will help them shoot well.
Jennifer?
Coach Olson sort of implied the other day that you could hit 10 threes against them and they're not going to pull out of that 2-3 zone very often. Their goal is to hit more three-pointers against you than you do against them. How do you feel about your three-point defense this season, and what are some keys to stopping your outside game?
Well, I can't remember very far back, but I think our three-point field goal defense is we have a chance to be successful there. I think that we've done some good jobs, had some good games this year on teams that rely on the three. I think the key with Syracuse is what we do with a lot of people. You just try to disrupt their patterns as much as you can, and you try to, the best that you can, keep them from, getting the three-point shot that they want. And they do a really nice job of getting their three-point shooters open. And so I just think really good focused fundamentals on defense, taking the information in that the players have this afternoon and trying to focus and execute the game plan, but really 3-point defense is all about ball pressure and making sure that you guard screens correctly and you're not lazy on screens, going underneath screens, getting pinned in, letting them flare and get wide open shots. So we're just always trying to be really close to the three-point shooter and forcing her to put it down and make a play off the bounce if that's what her strength is. So you just have to be real sharp, real focused, and work really hard to defend the three-point stripe, and we've had some success doing that.
The two times that you haven't had a lot of success, I think Florida hit 10 and 9 against you. Was there something they were doing or that you weren't doing well that you guys can learn from?
Yeah, those situations with Florida were we did not guard dribble penetration well, and so it wasn't so much patterns against them. It was the point guards were breaking you down and you were pinching in and helping, and they were kicking out. In Gainesville, I think Svet 5, and that was, Samari not really used to guarding the perimeter and kind of helping in, and so we got caught there that day. And so, it's very important to guard the ball well. Yesterday was important. I was worried about them breaking you down and kicking out for threes. So on-ball defense is very important against a good three-point shooting team.
Any other questions for the coach? Last call. Anyone else? Okay, if not, Coach Mitchell, thank you for your – oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You have so many seniors, and this is their last go-around at Memorial Coliseum. Will that be something like you do on Senior Day, stress getting one for them, that this is a good moment for them?
You know what? I feel like we honored them for Senior Day, and so now it was funny. I really am just in NCAA tournament mode, and until you asked Samari, that wasn't something that came in my mind. But I wrote it down just to make sure that I have that on my mind to maybe check in with them. Are they feeling any kind of, extra pressure? Because I don't want them to. In my mind, their last home game was against Vanderbilt on Senior Day, and we gave them a great send-off. And so now we have a greater goal of trying to march on in this tournament and punch through to the Sweet 16. And, it's sort of the NCAA's building right now, and I'm just trying to get us in a spot where we can move forward in the tournament. So it will not be, senior-centric tomorrow. It will be team-centric. We need to get Kentucky to the Sweet 16, but I will make sure that I check with the seniors, make sure they're not having any of those kind of emotions, and maybe share with them what I just shared here, that we need to make sure this is just an NCAA tournament game that we need to win. So thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else? Last call? Okay, we have, thank you, Coach Mitchell.
Yep.
And we have 5